Yes, the return, Baba. Era bakuluka basikhothela bovuka ufanele emishweni. Wala sibuyile. Le pound $7 nabantwana. Soda another one from Soda spent to everyone. It's your life. Othando kayikhanda. Othando kayifika.
Ngisemncane aqala ama-competition, you know how it is, Lumus Beauty this, Lumus Mthatha, Lumus this and that, and I'm entering and I'm winning. So obviously I've got a knack for this thing. So when you do e-modeling, depending on what kind of modeling you're doing, what kind of competitions you're entering, it depends. Sometimes you get dressed by people, and those were very awkward moments because the clothes looked very white suburban girl, my jeans, a top with a cute slogan, but it wasn't me. It was very neutral or very standardized, but there was no flair, there was no spunk. You wouldn't say that's me if you knew my personality. Meeting Wandi and getting to pick his brain a bit in terms of fashion and what he's done with the Loxion Kulca for abantu bethu, especially in the era in which he started and he was pushing and punting and hustling. And he's been a pioneer in the art of reclaiming black beauty, black style, black confidence through clothing. Namhlanje ngiya Loxion Kulca. Uyayazi Loxion Kulca fashion brand?
Loxion Kulca ngiyayazi but angijwayelanga nje ukuya nje.
Uyigqoka ne?
Angigqoki.
Okay. Nami ngiyofunda ukuthi kwenzakalani lapha ya. Yaqala nini? Yini influence yayo? Because angithi it reflects kasi township style.
Yeah.
Ne? Ama bucket hat, ihlangu zakhona, nje i-look yayo, i-unique. So ufuna ukuthi yaqala kanjani. So let's take it back to the start, Manjine.
Yeah.
How did you and your late partner come up with Loxion Kulca, the name, the idea? How did that start?
So firstly, there were three of us.
Okay.
Right? My late partner, Brian Abrams,
sure.
And then Usichaba. But Usichaba left the business around 2006. Yeah, it's 12 years now. Wow. So how it started was, without digressing, my relationship with Usichaba was really based on a mirror of our paths. So he grew up in exile in Lusaka, and I grew up in South Africa. So there was a lot of kind of transfer of knowledge and information in terms of what was happening when you were in exile, and and vice versa as well. And the very first thing that kind of brought us together was the fact that you two skule Loxion. And I was amazed at the fact that even in a place like Zambia, Lusaka, gune logish.
Sure.
And these townships had a certain culture. A lot of it had to do with aspiration. So as much as, yes, you're grounded here, you always just want to get out of that environment. And that actually became the need for us to commercialize this culture as a Loxion. But ultimately, what we had a challenge with was the whole thing of people wanting to leave Ilogishi or, not be proud of Ilogishi in terms of where they're from. The one thing that, I was very deliberate about, it was never to celebrate any negativity that came from the township.
Sure.
And for me, I think that is the true culture of Ilogishi, in the sense that when these locations that were allocated to the masses, the idea was not for prosperity, but
Yeah.
So there was a lot of unity, but that unity was about the common enemy, which we can't.
Sure.
There must be something better than this. And that's what, for me, the brand stood for. So here's a little story. How we got to have a range that was head to toe. We started with hats, right? Because I'm a hat guy.
Yeah.
Then I designed a lot of hats.
Sure.
Loved it. And then, because the logo was getting popular, we then decided, hey, let's promote these hats. So we took the logo, put it on a t-shirt, right? And then people are like, but
Completely new.
is that all you have? Just the t-shirts? Like, okay. So, and that's why it's a market-driven brand.
Sure.
But I think the most special thing was we used to have stickers. And we were doing a fashion show in Mafikeng at a farm. And we saw a lot of people who put stickers on their shoes. Like, they love the brand, but most of them put their stickers on their shoes. It's no challenge. We looked at each other like,
That's something right there.
then I guess we have to make the shoe.
We know that artists like Ozola have been, it's always felt like they were married to brands like Loxion Kulca because of the fashion and how it's supposed to portray township music or township life.
Yeah.
What has that meant for the portrayal, the performance of blackness or being proud and black?
So we created the logo on the computer DJ Fistas.
Right.
And we couldn't pay him. And he confiscated Ikogozetu that we had in his office. And a few weeks later, I'm still looking for the hats. Like, okay, we're ready to pay you now. He's like, no, the hats are gone, so it's fine. One time I'm sitting at home watching this video of a great song that I loved, which also spoke to what we're talking about. You have to go for this. And then how he's walking around, and then now Fistas, I'm like, Fistas, right? So that's where those hats disappeared to. But the second hat disappeared, but it was on Mandoza's hat, on Mandoza's head. Gogo Mandoza, that was a big statement for us.
Sure.
Mandoza uqoke isigqoko sethu on uzothola kanjani hlele khoneni. That became a huge inspiration for us. And before you knew it, we were dressing the movement.
Yeah.
We really wanted to make really cool items that made kids feel cool, affordable, and proud. But we wanted it to be accessible. And at the heart of it, it was really about identity, because we met probably 2 years before 1994.
Okay.
And by the time apartheid had ended, we were big on actually asking. We were very curious. I still am, and it was, who are we? Yes, we're Africans, we're South Africans, and then what? But that's the legacy of apartheid, which basically displaced a lot of people.
Yeah.
My mother was born in Sophia Town,
Rich history there.
You get what I mean?
Rich history there.
So beyond what I'm told, that's who I am. I'm of culture as a Loxion.
Yeah. At the beginning, can you sew, Wandi? Can you make these things yourself?
So I can use a needle.
Okay.
Right?
Good start.
I can stitch anything at tabugayo and things like that as well.
All right.
But a sewing machine,
Not so much.
but one of the reasons I didn't have to was because most of my aunts could use a sewing machine.
Lovely.
And I could see them doing what they were doing.
So there's a family element to this thing.
So my mother used to sell secondhand clothing.
Okay.
And that's really where the knowledge about fashion came from.
All right.
So now they call it vintage, right? But back then it was so unglamorous to sell secondhand clothing. You know, abantu baby zimpahla zabantu abafile, right? And we had a shop at Dorenfontein, you know. But I think those horrible years for me really were part of, I'd call it the butterfly story, you know, where for me to break out of my cocoon, I had to strengthen my wings so that I could fly, you know.
On that deep note, thank you so much.
No,
so much knowledge in speaking to the man himself.
No,
the last man standing.
The last man standing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Not forgetting your roots as a slogan is very powerful. I'm always going to be rooted in something, and that thing is my blackness. So, not forgetting it, but also acting on that. And by acting on it, I mean representing and letting it show in your work and how you look and how you speak and how you force the world to accept you exactly as you are. That's the kind of thing that's going to make black beauty, black style, but the evolution of blackness, that's what's going to make it timeless and unforgettable.